Welcome back, Troglodytes, to your daily dose of guitar information, the Trogly's Guitar Show. Okay, so a couple of weeks ago on Gibson Guitar's Instagram page, they like to tease what is coming up in the Gibson demo shop, and they posted this beauty. Take a look at that SG. When was this posted? May 9th. And it was finally today, about 2 weeks later, on May 20th, that this thing was finally released to the demo shop. And I have been hunting this thing like a hawk every Tuesday and Thursday around the same time that they upload all their guitars. And I just happened to catch this thing. There she was, the Gibson SG Special in what they called a really cool Zesty Tuxedo. I love that name. This is an exclusive custom paint job that they did specifically for this guitar within the demo shop. I am not normally a huge fan of pinstriping, but this thing just absolutely works for me. But green's always been kind of my channel theme, so this lime green color, it might not be my favorite, but a green SG with a lime green pinstriping job right here, and then it matches on to white. It's got dual P90s, it's a wrap tailpiece. They even went as far as giving it these emerald green knobs. What was not to love about this thing, especially the fact that you've got the cream plastics matching with this cream binding. You get almost cream-like inlays. They're just white, but the fretboard matched this perfectly. So this is what I knew to expect to get listed, but I would have never have guessed what the whole front of this thing looked like. Now, in my opinion, the headstock was a little bit of a letdown, that it just had the Gibson silkscreen and a crown on it. That really needed the mother-of-pearl attributes to make that look better. But I had no idea to expect this on the back. This is what gave me that gut-wrenching feeling when I missed this guitar. That is why my heart was broken. I mean, take a look at this extended stinger. Now, it doesn't look like they have any good close-ups of this area, but whenever they transition into this other color, you can see you've got that lime green color, and they've also got that going on here on the back of the neck. That just makes this whole thing so cool, because you get the sparkle green right here, and then I'm curious if this was actually a sparkle white or just like a plain white. Normally custom paint jobs like this don't speak to me, but the fact that this is technically a custom Gibson original, it just made it so cool to me. But likely how this thing started life is it was just a regular Gibson SG Special. If we take a look here, you can see the serial number dates it to 2020. So I'm guessing it started life like this, and it had some sort of serious paint blemish on it, because that's what the demo shop is mainly for, is the blemished guitars that weren't 100% factory perfect. And they were just trying to see, hey, if we give these things custom paint jobs, will they sell? It's apparent that they added the crown, or maybe it didn't even start life as this, and I'm wrong on that. The only thing that's a little bit weird is that I cannot make out the serial number in this photo, so I bet it's pretty faint. But a brand new one of these guys costs $1,499, whereas this thing, it was actually listed at $1,899, so they were asking a $400 premium, I guess to kind of make up for some of the paint work, because they probably would have sold this for like, what, $1,100, $1,200 if they had just listed it as a blemished blue one. So I guess that could be worth their time, depending on how much it costs to spray over it and take the finish off. Or maybe this never even had a finish at all. I'm not sure. We don't have that answer. But $18.99 for a custom Gibson that looks like this, I think that was an okay price. Especially, I love that back. It's definitely a Zesty Tuxedo, as they called it. But now for the gut-wrenching story of how I lost this thing. So I recently moved. I'll do an episode here in the future documenting that. But I'm kind of in a transitional period where I can't really make reviews and demos until I get my rooms acoustically treated. So you might see like an outside review and demo for the next couple of them. I mean, right now, I'll show you a photo. I am huddled under a blanket right now just to make the echoing not quite as bad. Otherwise, my recordings would sound like this. But as I was saying earlier, I was hunting these things, refreshing the Gibson demo shop page when they normally do it. I was doing that for 20 minutes. I saw it. It came on. I got it into my cart. Everything was going good. But the reason why I brought up my move is I had the wrong address up here. So I hesitated just for like maybe 10 seconds. Should I update that, or should I just send it to the wrong address and go back to get it? And in that 5 to 10 seconds that I made the decision that, yeah, I'll go with the wrong address and just pick it up, I clicked checkout, and to my dismay, somebody else purchased it. So I guess congratulations whoever got my dream SG right there. I would have loved to have done a full review and demo on that. But unfortunately, the Zesty Tuxedo has evaded me this time. But who knows, maybe they'll do another one, and after seeing the headstock, I guess I'm not that heartbroken about it. So what else did they list today? Looks like they've got a Les Paul Standard, that was an ebony, kind of a cool tribute gold top, an HP wine red. There's not too much. They're starting to do a little bit more custom shop stuff, so if you're looking for a deal on those, I mean, these aren't like steals of deals, but they're usually within like the regular used price ranges. I want to know how many Les Paul pieces they have, because they have been listing tons of them. But this one has a surprisingly nice top. I appreciate the fact that they get rid of the robo tuners, but you still get the cool case. You still get the cool piece knobs. It's a little hard to see, but you also have the piece signs in the tailpiece slots and the piece tailpiece itself. But the Les Paul piece is one of those models that has been going up lately. I remember you could buy these things for like $1,400. I personally like the purple ones the best. But as far as other interesting things, I mean, there wasn't a lot this time. There was this crazy SG Junior. Somebody at the demo shop likes to mix match like the plastics. Maybe if they would have swapped this over too, I would have liked it. But I will say, I love the wood grain on this thing. That is fantastic. The cream pickup ring, yeah, you're either going to like it or not. But it looks like this was a demo shop model because of some lacquer sink in these areas. But also on Gibson's Instagram page, another one I was looking for was this one right here, a custom colored Firebird. I was pretty excited for this, but I thought since this one was listed only 3 days ago, I won't see it this week. It must be next time. I was so heartbroken over the green SG, I didn't even see this. They called it a custom Intimidator black finish. So this was just kind of an oopsie on my part that I didn't see it. But to be fair, just the far away photo, you can't even tell that this thing is special. But when you zoom in, that's when you can see a darker black finish with a lighter grayish black. But it's not until you really go through here until you find that red lining. This kind of reminds me of the Noir series from Fender that we've been reviewing and documenting. You can check those out here. I still have one of the tellies on my website shop if you're interested. But at least in this photo, this thing was sweet. Kind of gives you like the Nicky Six vibes. But someone else in the comment section said it reminded him of the DJ Ashba signature series. Definitely, yes, that gives me those vibes as well. But other than the custom paint job on this one, the only thing that killed it for me, once again, lies on the headstock. This is one of this style Firebirds. I like it when it's the straight string pull with the banjo style tuners for my Firebirds. The non-reverse ones anyways, but somebody picked up a cool custom colored Firebird. How much was this one? $2,099, but I think these things originally are $1,999. And that information should hold true because this was actually an early 2021 model. Normally you can only get tobacco burst finish. Go cherry red. So Intimidator black, super cool finish. And for only a $100 upcharge, yeah, that's nice. And then the last one that they listed today as a custom exclusive paint was this Techno Pink color. Now I have heard of Techno Pink before. I think it was a Techno Pink Hummingbird or something, but wasn't that much brighter than this? This has like a burgundy mist metallic vibe going on. I did see this one in time to buy it if I wanted it, but I was still really hunting for that SG. Like every time I refreshed the page, there was something new. So it's like, yeah, I'll let this one pass because I don't want it as much as that SG. They must be listing it today. But it's interesting that they're doing all these custom paint jobs on like the cheaper ones, you know, cheaper with quotations there. The budget level of Gibson is still pretty expensive, but this was a 2016 model and they stamped it modified. But other than the custom paint job on the front here, I've never noticed this until I started recording this video. Look at that strange pickguard. I kind of like it. This area right here reminds me of the open book headstock. It's just, you know, cut in half. And then that nice sharp line with the multiply binding. I don't know where Gibson got that pickguard. Maybe it's something they're just trying. I kind of like it, surprisingly enough. It's different enough, but still takes some attributes from like old arch top models. But this one for the custom paint job, they wanted $1,400. And here yet today, as of recording this, ad just sold. Sorry, you can't get that one. But normally these guitars are $1,199, and that's for a current day one. The specs might have slightly changed, since the one that they modified here was from 2016. But what's interesting about this one is they're calling it a demo? I'm pretty sure it should have been labeled a mod unless somebody custom ordered this and they didn't buy it. Normally you can't do custom orders from the Gibson USA shop unless you're ordering a whole lineup of them. least that's what I understand. So there we go. Gibson is experimenting with all of these custom colors in the demo shop, and I think it's great. It makes sense that they're charging a premium because obviously doing a refinish takes a lot more time and preparation to do, but I would love to see more stuff like this one. In fact, Gibson, just make this an actual run. Do a limited edition of 400 of these. Do like 4 different colors, have like a hot pink one, a green one, maybe an orange one, because this also gives me vibes of a different SG series, and that would be the SG GTs. So this one, they had a couple of different colors, but let's take a look at the muscle green. You know, despite this one having just a straight black center and the hood of a car right here, I don't know, for whatever reason, it just reminds me of this guitar because it has special stuff going on. And doesn't the mother of pearl logo look so much better when you have fancy stuff like that? Maybe it's the metallic paint job that these guys had. On Tuesday, they had some pretty cool stuff. There was an ES235 at a pretty fair price that they modified with gold hardware. They had an interestingly modified Darkfire. I guess we could talk about this real quick. I was tempted on this one, but I was trying to figure out what all did they replace. And essentially, they replaced everything on this. Like, they completely gutted all the fancy electronics that the Darkfire originally had. And the Darkfire and Dusk Tiger, they're not my favorite guitars in the world, but if you can find one that has been gutted, and you prefer the non-robot electronics anyways, they kind of have a cool faux carbon fiber cover on them. You can't quite tell it here, but they also have a special white case. This one had a great top, and if you don't have to worry about the fancy electronics and whatnot, this was a good buy for somebody. It looks like they still left the Nutric jack left in there. It's just a locking jack. To me, they're kind of a pain, but I could understand if you're a gigging musician how that would be very beneficial. But it was $1,800, a very fair price. Then they had a Les Paul special that they modified the plastics to be cream. And then this thing, it sold ridiculously fast. And pretty much all they changed was the neck pickup cover, your poker chip, and the 2 knobs right here. But it gave it an interesting vibe. If you ever need like a color coordination type thing going on, you put it up, you're now on the cream side of things. You put it down, you're now on the ebony side of things. Not necessarily my style, but I appreciate the demo shop at least changing it up because it makes people click on these things. Maybe that's why they do it. Because then people can go, yep, this is a Gibson verified swapped out part type thing. And, you know, it makes people get excited about these because I'm sure they have a bunch of these that they have to burn through on the Gibson demo shop. So, Troglodytes, let me know what was your favorite guitar that the Gibson demo shop listed this week. And we will catch you guys tomorrow on the next episode. Take care.